Let us discuss one more numerical based on the concept of oversubscription of shares. It means when there is oversubscription followed by pro rata allotment and there is forfeiture of shares also. 2-3 questions we have already discussed. Now let us move to one more numerical. As I told you in the previous classes also, that instead of looking into the book again and again, you should write the summary of the question. The way I have written on the board, you also should write the summary of the questions and then solve it. Now see, as in this question you can see allotted shares are 2 lakh and applied shares are 3 lakh. So what does it mean? It means that the company must have offered for sale only 2 lakh shares. The company has told this thing that I am opening or I am inviting applications from the public for the purchase of 2 lakh shares. But the people applied for 3 lakh shares. It means clearly there is the case of oversubscriptions because you are ready to give only 2 lakh shares but the public applied for 3 lakh shares. So first condition is fulfilled, that there is oversubscription. Now after that, what we need to check? We need to check that is there any pro rata allotment or not. So it's given in the question that the whatever excess money you have received, instead of refunding the excess money, you need to adjust the excess money in allotment. So it means clearly this is the case of pro rata allotment also, because if the public applied for 3 lakh shares, then we are giving only 2 lakh shares to them. And pro rata allotment means to giving lesser number of shares or proportionate shares to the shareholders. So it means that second condition is also fulfilled, that this is the case of pro rata allotment and excess money we have adjusted on allotment. Now see how I have calculated the excess money. Public applied for 3 lakh shares but we have only 2 lakh shares to give them. It means they have applied for 1 lakh shares extra. Right? We can give only 2 lakh shares but they applied for 3 lakh. It means they are asking for 1 lakh more shares and they have paid application money on these 1 lakh shares also. Application is rupees 3 as you can see in the question. So on 1 lakh shares they have paid rupees 3 lakh extra to us. How I have calculated this excess money? It is calculated by multiplying the excess number of shares with the amount of application. That is 1 lakh into 3 becomes equal to 3 lakh. Now further it is mentioned in the question that the value of one share is rupees 10 but the shares are issued at premium of rupees 2. By now you know the meaning of securities premium also. So the value of share is 10 issued at a premium of rupees 2 and the premium is included in the allotment. Right? You can see that the value of application is rupees 3, allotment 4, first call 3 and final call 2. It means that excess money is included in, or you may say the amount of premium is included in allotment. So now till now you have seen that there is oversubscription, pro rata allotment, excess shares you have seen how to calculate. We are ready to offer only 2 lakh shares, public applied for 3 lakh shares. It means they are asking for 1 lakh shares extra, so they have paid application money accordingly. But instead of giving them instead of giving them 3 lakh shares, we have only given 2 lakh shares to them. It means that their rupees 3 lakh, उनके 3 लाख रुपये एक्स्ट्रा हमारे पास अभी भी हैं. So instead of refunding this 3 lakh rupees, we have adjusted this 3 lakh rupees on allotment. So this is the case. Now what else is given in the question? That there is a shareholder whose name is R. Okay, R is having 400 shares and R, he did not pay allotment and first call. It means he failed to pay allotment and first call, so we have to forfeit his shares. It means that our shares were forfeited after first call. In case of M, who is one of our another shareholder, he is having like 600 shares and he could not pay first call and final call both. He didn't pay. So we forfeited his shares after both the calls, right? In case of R, the shares were forfeited after first call, but in case of M, his shares were forfeited after both the calls. Now what else is written that? As you have forfeited some shares, so you have reissued few shares also. This part we will see later on, but at least let us try to pass the basic entries. You need to understand the conditions which I have already explained to you, that we have to use the concept of applied shares and allotted shares. I explained you this thing in the previous classes also. But the concept of applied and allotted share, this concept will be used if that particular installment a person is, a person fails to pay on which excess money was adjusted. Like in this case, the excess money was adjusted on allotment. So if any person or any shareholder fails to pay allotment itself, only then we are going to use that concept of finding out the applied shares or allotted shares and all. So in this question you can check R failed to pay allotment and first call. It means that the concept of calculating the calls in area will be different in case of R from M. Fine. So now let's start the question, then things will be more clearer to you. So pass the first entry. First entry is bank account debited to share application account. Public applied for 3 lakh shares and the value of application is rupee 3. It means public paid rupees 3 on 3 lakh shares to us. So it means public had paid rupees 9 lakh as application money. Now this application, share application account will be debited to share capital. Now as I told you that excess number of shares and excess money received on these many shares will not be refunded to the shareholders. Rather, we are going to adjust this money on the next installment, and that installment is allotment. So here I am going to write to share allotment. So excess money is rupees 3 lakh. So the difference will be posted to share capital. Got it? See, as I told you in the previous videos also, that we can enter or we can show only that amount of money in the share capital जितने हमने shares allot की. Share the entry, share application to share capital. What does this entry signifies? I explained you this thing also. This entry means that now we are allotting or now we are giving shares to the shareholders, and now, or you may say the shares to the public, and now they are becoming our shareholders. So this entry means that public applied or public gave rupees 9 lakh to us because they are interested in buying 3 lakh shares of our company. But company has issued only rupees, or you may say the company has issued only 2 lakh shares. So out of this 9 lakh is the application money we received on 3 lakh shares, but we can give only 2 lakh shares, no. So जितने shares आप दे सकते हो, आप उतने ही shares की application money को share capital में transfer करते हैं. Public applied for 3 lakh, you can give only 2 lakh. So 2 lakh shares पर आपका जितना application money होगा, that only will be transferred to share capital, and then leftover means out of 9 lakh we have transferred rupees 6 lakh to share capital. तो इसका मीनिंग क्या है कि 9 में से 6 लाख वहाँ ट्रांसफर किया, तो जो रिमेनिंग 3 लाख है आपके, that will be adjusted on the next installment. We are not refunding this rupees 3 lakh to our shareholders. So I hope these two entries are clear to you by now. So now pass the next entry. Share allotment account debited to share capital. Now, public applied for 3 lakh, but you have allotted only 2 lakh shares to them, no? And I keep telling this thing to you number of times, that we can call the next installments, means allotment first and final call, only on those shares which we have allotted. Like here public applied for 3 lakh, but we have given only, or we have allotted only 2 lakh shares to them. So we can call allotment first and final call on 2 lakh shares only. So here 2 lakh into 4, that is 8 lakh. Allotment is of rupees 8 lakh. But in allotment, 2 rupees securities premium is also included, and securities premium is an income for you, so that will be credited. So 2 securities premium. Out of this 4, 2 rupees is the actual value of allotment and 2 rupees is the value of securities premium. So 2 lakh into 2, that is 4 lakh and 4 lakh. I hope this point is clear to everyone. Now move to the next entry. Next is bank account debited. Now we know this thing clearly that a person has failed to pay the allotment. It means that there are calls in arrears in the question. So bank account debit, calls in arrears account debit to share allotment. Now here only we have to use that concept. I told you that there are 4 identities. First of all, there should be oversubscription in the question, which is there. Then there should be pro rata allotment in the question, which is there. Then excess money should be adjusted on allotment or on any other thing, or any other installment. So here excess money is adjusted on allotment, and one of the shareholder has not paid allotment itself. Means the place or the installment where we have adjusted the excess money, a person has not paid the same installment itself. So there we have to use the concept of applied and allotted shares. So now read the question. R to whom 400 shares were allotted. It means that these 400 shares are the allotted shares of R. Now if allotted shares are given to us, then what do we have to calculate? Then we have to calculate applied shares. And it is very clear in the question that those who are getting 2 lakh shares, they have applied for 3 lakh shares. No, it means if R were allotted 400 shares, he must have applied for more than 400 shares. So we need to calculate the actual number of shares applied by R. So that we are going to calculate by using the unitary method. So see how. Now see, you have to calculate applied shares, no? So whatever you have to calculate, that you need to keep on the right side. Got it? So here, if allotted shares are 2 lakh, then applied shares are 3 lakh. If allotted share is 1, applied share is 3 lakh upon 2 lakh. If allotted shares are 400, then applied shares are, calculate, 600. It means R applied for 600 shares. R applied for 600 shares, but we have given only 400 shares to him. It means R has given application money on 200 shares extra. You need to understand this point कि जब आप shares के लिए apply करते हैं तो it's clear कि आप application money ही pay करोगे, because for applying some number of shares you need to pay application. आपको जितने shares allot होंगे उतने ही shares पर आप allotment first and second call pay करते हैं. Got it? So it means R applied for 600 shares, but we have given only 400 shares to him. So his excess shares are 200, and he paid application money of ₹3 on these 200 shares. It means he gave ₹600 to us extra, and we have not refunded this 600 to anybody. You can see किसी की भी excess money allotment पर adjusted है. It means R का भी ये जो excess money है, R का ये excess money भी allotment पर adjusted होगा. Got it? And now R has not paid the allotment only. Now let's see. Number of allotted shares of R. Number of allotted shares of R कितने हैं आपके? 400. R has not paid the allotment. So 400 into 4 is 1600. It means R has not paid ₹1600 to us on allotment, but R के excess 600 rupees तो already allotment पर adjusted है. It means R has not paid 1600, but R's extra money of ₹600 is already there on allotment. It means we can subtract that extra money. So it means 1000 rupees of R is the actual calls in error. Got it? How I calculated this 1600? R were given 400 shares and he did not pay allotment of rupee 4 on these shares itself, it means he could not pay rupees 1600 to us. But R ने एप्लीकेशन के टाइम पर एक्सेस शेयर्स के लिए अप्लाई किया था, तो आर के 600 रुपीज एक्स्ट्रा हमारे पास हैं एंड वी डिड नॉट रिफंड इट ऑल्सो. सो व्हाट वी डिड कि आर ने जितना अलॉटमेंट पर नहीं पे किया, we subtracted the excess money of R which is there with us, and now how much arrears are left? Rupees 1000. It means here calls in arrear is rupees 1000. Now see, your allotment is of rupees 8 lakh, correct? Excess money on allotment कितना है आपका? 3 lakh. Means out of this 8 lakh, 3 lakh तो हम पहले ही एडजस्ट कर चुके हैं. How much is left? 5 lakh. Got it? 8 lakh was the total due on allotment. 3 lakh rupees लोगों की excess money को हम already allotment पर adjust कर चुके हैं. It means now actual allotment is of rupees 5 lakh. Out of this 5 lakh, there is arrear of rupees 1000. It means 4,99,000 is the actual money which we have received on allotment. So I hope this point is clear to all. Now let's move to the next entry. Let's move to the next entry. Next is first call. So entry is share first call debited to share capital. Share first call account debited to share capital account. So here share first call is of rupee 3. And first call can be called only on the number of allotted shares that are rupees 2 lakh. So here 3 into 2 lakh is 6 lakh. Clear? Now pass the next entry of receiving the first call, that is bank account debited, calls in arrear debited to share first call. Now see, read the question again. R, to whom 400 shares were allotted, he failed to pay allotment and first call. It means R didn't pay first call. Secondly, M having 600 shares failed to pay both the calls. It means R and M, they both have not paid the first call to us. But we are not going to use the concept of applied and allotted share here. Why? Because the excess money was adjusted only and only on allotment. There is no excess money of any shareholder on any of the call. Got it? So here calls in arrear will be calculated in a simple way. Like R having 400 shares did not pay first call of rupee 3. It means calls in arrear of R is rupees 1200. M having 600 shares did not pay first call of rupee 3. It means 600 into 3 is 1800. So 3000 rupees. Is it clear? So your calls in arrear are of rupees 6 lakh. So 6 lakh minus 3 lakh is 5,97,000. Now pass the entry next for the second. So after that, it's mentioned in the question that R, to whom 400 shares were allotted, did not pay allotment. So we have calculated his arrears. Did not pay first call. We have calculated the arrears there also. Now our shares were forfeited after first call itself. Got it? So it means that we need to forfeit our share here. So pass the entry share capital debited. Whose shares are we going to forfeit after first call? R's share, because it's mentioned in the question. So how many shares R has? 400. We have to multiply this with the called up capital. So see, what is the called up capital here? Called up capital is 3 rupees application, 2 rupees allotment. I'm not going to include premium here, and the concept you already know. 3 rupees application, 2 rupees allotment. So 3 plus 2, 5, and 3 rupees first call. So 5 plus 3, 8. So it is 8. Now, he didn't pay allotment to us, and premium is included in the allotment. So one who hasn't paid allotment to us obviously must have not paid premium also. So in this case, premium will be debited. So securities premium debited. Premium is of rupee 2. He is having 400 shares. So 400 into 2, that is 800. Now he could not pay allotment, so 2 share allotment. How much is the area on allotment? Rupee 1000. He could not pay first call, so 2 share first call. 1200 is the area of R and 1800 is the area of M. Got it? So but now we are passing the entry for forfeiture of only R, so we are going to write 1200. So now see, next is 2 share forfeiture, and here 2 share forfeiture represents the profit on cancellation. So how are we going to calculate it? First of all, add up the debit side. 3200 plus 800 is 4000. 4000 minus 1000 is 3000. 3000 minus 1200 is 1800. So 1800 is the profit on cancellation of R's share. This entry is the entry for forfeiture of R's share. So I hope this point is clear. Now it is mentioned that after forfeiting the R's share, one of the person is there, M, who could not pay both the calls. It means M has not paid the second call also. So first of all, we have to pass the entry for second call. So let's pass it. Entry is share second call debited to share capital. 2 lakh into 2, that is 4 lakh. Now pass the next entry. Next entry is of receiving, that is bank account debit. Calls in area debit. Here M could not pay both the calls. It means M has not paid second call also, and M has 600 shares with him. So 600 into 2, 1200. Directly we are going to calculate the areas here. 2 share second call. Total amount which we had to receive on second call is rupees 4 lakh. Out of 4 lakh we could not receive rupees 1200. Fine. Out of 4 lakh we could not receive rupees 1200. So it means our actual arrears here is 399800. So now let's pass the entry for the second call. Now see, you allotted 2 lakh shares, and out of these 2 lakh shares, 400 shares you have forfeited. So now how many shares are left? 1,99,600. So obviously you can call second call, or you may say final call. You can ask final call on only 1,99,600 shares, because out of 2 lakh shares, 400 you have forfeited or cancelled. So 1,99,600 multiplied with rupees 2, that is this amount. Got it? Now next entry is bank account debit, calls in area debit to share second call. Second call is of rupees 3,99,200, but one person having 600 share failed to pay both the calls. It means he could not pay rupees 2 on 600 shares. So calls in area are rupees 1200. So how much we have received? 3,98,000. Now it is mentioned in the question that we have forfeited his shares also. It means now we have forfeited So now let's pass the entry for the forfeiture. It is share capital debited. Whose shares are we cancelling? M's share having 600 shares. Got it? And after second call we are forfeiting you. It means here called up capital is 3 application, 2 allotment excluding premium, 3 first call and 2 final call. It means it is rupees 10. He could not pay both the calls. It means he has paid the allotment. And once he has paid the allotment, we are not going to take the, as he has paid the allotment now, so it means he must have paid premium also. And once he has paid allotment and premium, both the things, so we are not going to take the premium back. So simply share capital will be debited to what he has not paid. He did not pay first call. And the arrears are 1800 because 1200 are the arrears on R's forfeiture. Got it? So it is M's forfeiture now. To share first call 1800. To share second call 1200. So out of 6000 he couldn't pay 1800 and 1200 to us. So what he has paid, that becomes the profit on cancellation, that is 3000. I hope this point is clear to you. Now what is given in the question? It is like they are saying that of these 800 shares were sold to K. Now we have cancelled R's 400 shares and we have cancelled M's 600 shares. So it means total 1000 shares we have cancelled. Now M and R are like they are not our shareholders anymore. Got it? Now we have sold 800 shares out of these 1000 cancelled shares. We have cancelled 1000 shares and out of these 1800 shares we have sold to K. K is some other person now, the one who has become our shareholder. Now as 800 shares we have sold to K, so K becomes our shareholder and K purchased these shares as fully paid up as 9 per share. It means that we have sold the share of rupees 10 to K at rupees 9. Here the word fully paid up I told you number of times. It means whenever this word is given, that time you need to calculate the value at which the shares are reissued to with the actual value of the share. It means now compare the value at which the shares are reissued. Shares are reissued at rupees 9 with its actual value, and actual value was 10. So whenever this word fully paid up is given, you are going to compare the reissued value of the share with its actual value. It means that out of 1000 shares, we have given 800 shares to R at rupees 9. And the actual value of the share was rupees 10. It means that we faced some loss also. Now see how. Pass the entry. Entry is bank account debited. 800 shares we have sold to K at rupees 9. So 800 into 9, that is 7200. We suffered a loss. Now as I am selling the shares to some other shareholder, that is K, it means that what I am doing, I am going to reissue the cancelled shares. So now on the account of reissue, I have to suffer the loss of rupee 1. So right here, share forfeiture, loss is of rupee 1. Like this. So bank account debit, share forfeiture debit, to share second call 8000. I hope this point is clear. And now you know what we have to do. Last entry. And the last entry is share forfeiture debited to capital reserve. Now on the forfeiture which we have to transfer to capital reserve. I told you once that you can transfer only that much profit to capital reserve jitne aapne shares reissue kiye. Like in this question, you have cancelled 400 shares of R and 600 shares of M. It means total shares you forfeited are 1000. तो आप यहाँ पर पूरे 1000 का प्रॉफिट ट्रांसफर नहीं करेंगे. You need to check how many shares you have reissued. You have reissued only 800 shares. Read the line that 800 shares were reissued to K. Fine. and the whole of R shares being included. It means 600 shares आपने M के cancel किए. So profit on cancellation of 600 shares of M is rupees 3000. Profit on cancellation of R share are 1800. So it means you cancelled 400 shares of R and you have cancelled 600 shares of M. So total 1000 shares you have cancelled, but you have reissued only 800. और इस 800 में R के सारे shares included हैं. Read the line. It's written that all of R's shares being included. It means 800 में से जितने भी shares आपने reissue किए 800, उस 800 में 400 shares तो R के. Got it? तो M के कितने shares हुए? Just 400. Total reissued shares हैं आपके 800. जिस 800 में से R के सारे 400 हैं, लेकिन M के कितने हैं? Just 400. It means आपने M के कैंसिल किए 600, बट आपने M के रीइशू कितने किए हैं? Just 400. और वो रीइशू भी आपने M को नहीं किया, वो रीइशू आपने किसी और शेयर होल्डर को किया है, दैट इज K. अब डिफरेंट केसेस लेके देखिए. पहले हम R की बात करते हैं. You cancelled R 400 shares of R and you reissued 400 shares of R only. It means we are going to take the total profit on forfeiture of R, that is 1800. You have cancelled 3000 shares of M, but you have reissued only 400 shares of M. तो यहाँ पर आप पूरा profit तो नहीं ले सकते ना, because you have reissued lesser number of shares. This profit of 3000 is on 600 shares, but you have reissued only 400 shares. So we need to check how, if 3000 is the profit on cancellation of 600 shares, then profit on 400 shares are 2000. It means 3800 is the total profit on the reissue of 800 shares. And what is the loss on the reissue? Loss on reissue is 800 shares. So how much you are going to transfer to capital reserve? Just 3000. I hope this point is clear to you. You need to check this thing. See, this is a new kind of question you may say. Here, what is basically happening? You are forfeiting the shares of two persons, M and R. After cancelling their shares, you are selling the same shares to K. You cancelled 1000 shares. The total of their shares are 1000, 400 of R and 600 of M. So you cancelled 1000 shares, but you have reissued only 800 shares. 800 आपने reissue किया. इस 800 में R के तो सारे shares हैं. Complete 400. तो इसका मीनिंग क्या है कि R के जितने कैंसिल हैं उतने ही रीइश्यू हुए, बट किसी और पर्सन को. तो आप R का तो पूरा प्रॉफिट लेंगे 1800. बट इन केस ऑफ M, you are cancelling 600 shares of M, but you are reissuing only 400 shares. Then you can't transfer the complete profit to capital reserve. You need to check how much is the profit on 400 shares. So when I calculated, the profit on 400 shares are 2000. It means जितने shares आपने reissue किए 800, उनके forfeiture का profit कितना है? 3800. But इन shares को reissue करने पर आपको 800 का loss हुआ. So left over will be transferred to capital reserve. So I hope this point is clear to you all. So keep on practicing and keep working hard. Just don't give up feeling that the chapter is very difficult. It just needs your time and practice. That's all. So stay safe. Thank you.